Good morning, Vegas. You're the first one here. Veggie, what the heck? It's 6 o'clock in the morning. Do you even sleep? Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Vegas is what they call a somnambulist. Anybody know what a somnambulist is? Ask Vegas. Billy D, look up the word somnambulist and tell us what it means. Somnambulist. Look that up. Billy D. Somebody. Maybe Billy can't because he's using his phone. Waz, what's a somnambulist? I'm accusing Vegas of being a somnambulist. I wonder if that's a good thing. It's a sleeper? Or is it a non-sleeper? I mean, somebody that sleeps a lot or somebody that doesn't sleep very much? Good morning, Shine. Shine has a mission. Good luck with that. Vegas, that was the whole point. Wink, douchey wink. I'm doing one of those douchey winks. That's it, nerdy. That's it, exactly. A sleepwalking person. Somebody that doesn't sleep very much, and if they do, they're probably not sleeping well. Vegas is a somnambulist. That's just a thought out loud. Good morning, Niffy. You be busy, but you're still here. Lotta CJ's here. There is no way Lotta's here. Are you serious? Lotta CJ is here. Good morning. Aw, Vague, I'm sorry to hear that, seriously. Seriously. Vague, I think we just sent you something, didn't I? Did I send you something? Did I? Make a note. Make a note, Pops. If I didn't, I will. If I didn't, I will. I'll check my shipping this last week. I feel like... Well, we'll see. Love you, dear. I'm glad you're here in the mornings. Good morning, Herbie. Herbie, you deserve something. I'm putting you on my list. Send Herbie something small, maybe 3 gram supplemental situation. Herbie shows up every day, and he's got all of our backs every day. Good morning, Herbs. This weekend I'll send out some supplemental situational supplementalies. Okay? We'll supplement you a little bit because you supplement us a lot. Good morning. Thank you, Herbs, for everything you do. Good morning here, there, and everywhere. Hey, should that be my new one, Trent? Good morning here, there, and everywhere. Jimmy to the max. Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy, did you send me your address? I don't remember getting it. Jimmy. Penny, then read along with us today. We're up at about page 31, something like that. I'm glad you got the book. Jimmy, are you supposed to be maxing me with something? I forget. I honestly forget. Or was I waiting for your birthday? Were we waiting? Jimmy, help me out here. Remember you were not Jimmy to the mid or Jimmy to the min? Oh, well. You'll get back to me. Jimmy to the max. Dustin, the book is great, and you don't have to wait for me. You can read ahead. You're allowed to read ahead and use a highlighter. I suggest you Pops reads using a highlighter. I really do. It makes me feel a smart reader. I'm a smart reader. You don't even have to actually highlight anything as long as you have the highlighter on your mouth as you're reading. You know what I'm talking about? You're reading, got a highlighter. You're like, I know I'm ready to be really smart here. Nerd, I get it. Mine too. Mine too. You gotta do that. You gotta hit them with the old highlights. Am I right? You hit them with the old highlights. And then if you're like super goofy, you use color coordination. Like the pink is for a certain theme, the purple is for another theme. You know what I mean? It's basic. Basic. No, nobody's reading that book very much. Not around here. I'm sorry I showed that to you. I forgot that I do. Oh, that's a good one, D. Anderson. I tattooed my book. Badgers, yeah, Pops, it's very basic. Move on. No! I'm still showing off, Badgie. I'm using 2 colors over here. I'm using 2 colors, man. Okay, I'm thematic. Yeah, Pops, very basic. Sometimes I just want to send Badgie to the moon. Good morning, everybody. It's, wait for it. It's, Badgie right to the moon. Jesus Christ, in my Bible, all of your words are in red letter. I have the red letter version. I can run very quickly. This is what that Australia guy thinks. And you're in red letters. You're a red letter version. I actually have about 8 different versions. I have a Dakes and a Thompson's and of course, everyone's got a Gideon. Then I got the new version. Then I got the old King James. And I got them all, Penny. I got every one of them. I got a stack. When they say, swear on a stack of Bibles, you gotta have a stack. Pops has got a stack. I'm telling you right now. But I stick, Jesus, I want you to know I stick with the red letter version more often than not. Okay. All right, a stack of them, I tell you. That's how many we have. That's the problem. This is the truth. Even though I don't pay attention to it that much anymore, maybe some of the ideas, but that's what I was just going to say, Penny. I can't throw one away. I still have my dad's from when he was a young man. I still have, it's like tattered, the cover falling off of it, everything. It's stuck away in a box. I haven't looked at it in 20 years. But it's not okay. It's just, that's a domestication issue we can work on, Penny. Penny, I think we're auto-domesticated. Okay? Oh, my sister got the family one, Derek, the big one, with all the births and everything in it that my mom kept. Oh, yeah. Now that you think about it, auto-domestication, we were domesticated, I think. Give me 5 people that agree with Pops. Were you domesticated to believe that you can't throw a Bible away? It's a sin. You're missing the mark. That's a bad sin, though. It's like a way up there high sin. You're paying a lot of Our Fathers and a couple of Hail Marys on that one. Am I right? Pacers? Somewhere along the line, we got the idea, cats, like I throw them all away, Pops. No. Somewhere along the line, we got the idea. Free's like, no, Pops, I have no sacristicity to a book. Yeah, well, I was raised in the don't throw category. Don't throw, stash, stack. Now I have a stack of them. I could swear on a whole stack anytime I want. Okay. Oh, you just hit a nerve, Waz. Waz just hit a nerve. He's out of control. Waz clearly was in the military. When you're in the military boot camp, especially, you literally get a little miniature, this big, green covered, of course, olive drab, New Testament. They don't give you the Old Testament. They don't have time for it. You get this thin little, it's actually really cool. I wish I could have kept that. And you have a New Testament. Every Marine starts out with the New Testament option. True story. So you get out of boot camp. You've been dry for 3 months now. 92 days you've been in training. You get out of boot camp. What's the first thing you want to do? What's the very first thing you want to do? If you're like a bad Marine, first thing you want to do is smoke a joint. You got no rolling papers. No problem. The first 2 leaves in each of the books, the first thing bad, because I want to sin. That's all you want to do, Pat. You're 20 years old. You just want to sin. I gotta miss some mark somewhere. Oh my goodness. That's so all I want to do. That covers it all. That covers it everything. Was that's all we wanted to do. So you take the fly paper, the cut. Anyways, it's a blank paper in your little Bible. That is probably one of the worst sins you could ever create. Right there. You talk about missing the mark. You talk about you're so going against nature. You're going against scripture. You're going against culture. You're going against the Marines who gave you the book. You're going against, like, you're doing it all in one roll. Oh gosh. And nerdy, only enlightened people do it because we have I'm not a victim. I'm not a judge. I'm in the moment. Badgie, I can't get past your line. All you want to do when you get out is sin. Okay, I have to change the subject because Badgie does it to me every time. Badgie. Okay. It's an auto-domestication thing. That was my whole point in the first place. This Bible synchronicity stuff is pretty interesting. Okay? Well, we were ew, Brian. We were programmed. Pops was extremely well programmed. Pops has a stack. Tyke Myson, I am happy, aren't you? You should be happy you're here. The happy people are here. Today is, some of you already said it. Wait a second, please. Who likes that? You guys are all like, Bob, keep it going. You don't want to go back to our regular music? Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th. What are you thinking? You know what we got to read about today? I saved it. I started this week earlier and I said, wait a minute. We have a Friday the 13th coming up here. We're going to talk about fungus and zombies. Today would be a very appropriate day. Give me 5 people that agree. What an appropriate subject. Fungus and zombies on Friday the 13th. Does anybody here legit have triskaidekaphobia? Does anybody legitly have it? And I mean that sincerely. Some kind of a fear of 13s, trepidation, oh no, something bad happened on the 13th. Is fear of the Friday the 13th overrated? I think it might be overrated, huh? I have no fear of Friday the 13th whatsoever, personally. But I was wondering if anyone here does. Saturn does. Okay. We're not making fun of that at all. I want to know. Kat says yes and Saturn says yes. Are there any other yeses? Hey, I'm not into Friday the 13th. Vegas, are you an anti-13er then? I'm on a group of 5 anti-13ers. Tyke Meissen, you're an anti. Sarah, you're a pro. Oh, Saturn's in the opposite. I loves the 13. I need 5 anti-13ers. Give me 5. 13, boo. I don't do 13. Give me 5. You guys, some of you veterans should see where I'm going with this. But don't lie. Don't lie just to get into spin to win contest. Who's here? Wes Smoke. I'm putting Wes in the anti. I'm putting Derek Anderson in. I'm scared to death of it. Okay? Which one? Matthew K. He's getting in the boo 13. That gives me 3. That's enough. Right there. That's 3. I gave everybody a chance. I gave a lot of you a chance to get in the group. But most of you are like, oh no, 13, no problem. The people that were really telling therapeutic truth here are all going to get a chance for a little bit of medicine to help them with their therapy issue. If you have an issue with the 13th, let's see what we can do to help you out a little bit. So number 1 is going to be Wes. Wes, that's going to be you. Number 2 is going to be Derek Anderson. Derek is scared to death of 13. I mean, changed his underwear once already this morning. And finally, Matthew K. He's going to be the number 3. Matthew, I wasn't really sure. I think he's on the list anyways, okay? So here we go. Derek Anderson, get a new pair of underwear ready. Boom. Number 1, it's going to be Wes Smoke. Smoke them if you got him. Smokey, hang in there. Smokey, you got supplements on the way. Smokey, you have supplements on the way. We probably should have had them too before the 13th, but if you can hang in there, I'll get them mailed out to you today if you can send me your address. You can send me your address with, just send me your address, and then I will, you know how, at my DetroitMushLab.net email, scroll to the bottom, boom, 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 there's my address, boop, you hit that, boop, you would send me an address, I type something up, I send it back to you, I run down to the post office, I pop it in, and it'll be about the 16th by the time you get it. Pops! A little caffeine this morning? Nope, just happy to be here, you guys. Friday the 13th doesn't scare me at all. But we will talk about some zombies here in a minute. But before we do that, I want to read that book again. We have two books we read now, but the one that I'm really liking is this one that Deborah the Pearl sent us. Brian, see, life is what we make it. I'm making decisions to just say good, positive, fun, sometimes zany, but always common sense. Laura, good luck with that, sweetheart. You guys send out I need 10 people. I need 10 people to, I know more will, but just at least 10 right across the bottom there say something to Laura and send in her vibaliciousness. Vibaliciousness, Laura. She's one of the prettiest girls you've ever seen in person. What beautiful eyes that lady has. She almost got us kicked out of the Mush Fest cabin once. Got almost four people were arrested, but it was okay. We dialed her back. Laura, I love you. Laura, don't be Laura. I'm kidding. And then at the next Mush Fest, she was the quietest little, cutest mouse in the whole house. I was like, what happened? Okay. I know, Kim, it was all Laura's fault. Laura basically stood at the top of the mountain just yelling for cops to pull in. No, Laura, she was just so happy to be there and see so many of the friends that she had been making online. You could just see it. She bubbled from person to person, and at each stop that she was making, her volume level went up a little bit. Just a little bit. And I love me some Laura Devine. Okay, I just want to say that out loud, Laura. I love you deliciously. You're a wonderful lady. She's funny too because you talk about independent. You try to give her the queen's bed in the house. She goes, no. She has this beautiful car, a Subaru. I love your car. She has this car and she has it all set up with a travel bed in the back. She can travel anywhere in the United States, pull over, boop, disappear inside her car. You have no idea she's there. She's like, she camos herself somehow. And the next thing you know, the following morning, she pops out of her car, hair all done, makeup on. She doesn't do much makeup. Brush teeth, everything. Hi, everybody. Weren't you sleeping in your car? So, and she isn't like the sleep in your car story. Like most people, you sleep in your car, it's kind of a bad thing. Laura's like, you want to sleep in Laura's car. Okay, Laura, you stay in the house. There's something special about that car. Okay, give me 5 people that agree with what I'm saying. Waz, you know what I'm talking about. Kim knows. The Laura car. It's like, yeah, she basically drives around with her house. But not her house. I'm sure she has a wonderful house too. But I've never seen anybody make themselves more at home pulling up at the curb. She does a great job. I'm impressed with with you, miss. So good luck out there. What did Nippy say? We were hiking. She walked right up to me. I had no idea who she was. Said, I'm Laura. And I loved her instantly. That's exactly what happens. That's exactly what happens. It's a beauty sleep car. She doesn't even need it. And that's one of the reasons she comes out looking so good. You slept in your Subaru too, Granny? I didn't know that. I did not know that. So, anyways, Laura, you got this. Let me know if you need anything too, Laura, honestly. I don't know if it's going to help or not, but if I can send you something to help you, graciously, please let me know. Please, please, please. Do not hesitate. Tip of the hat. Where's that come from? The idea of tipping your hat. Is there even do you know that there's rules? I didn't know this. I thought you just tip your hat, you tip your hat. Well, whatever. Whenever you feel like it. There's rules, Waz. Granny? Nerdy? When we tip our hat, first of all, I wish we were back in the day when men wore hats. I don't mean ball caps. I mean fedoras or, derbies or... I still don't know what kind of hat I would wear. I'm not sure what kind of hat would become my hat. I definitely wouldn't go pork pie. I'm definitely not doing... Well, maybe. Give me a little Walter White going. I should wear a beret. We should do a photo lineup of pops with all kinds of different hats on. How about a cowboy hat? I've never been a hat wearer. I'm always afraid that I'm ruining my great looking hair. Yeah, I think my hair's okay. Oh, tip of the hat. Should it be more like this? Yeah, that's better. That's more Walter. Wait, you guys really want to see it? Somebody's got to screenshot this, okay? You've seen this look before, but not with the Amish beard. Here we go. Now, behind the glasses, I'm glaring. I want you to know. I'm glaring back here. So it's all attitude. Screenshotting. My favorite screenshotter is Jolie. Oh yeah, you can see the glare. ZZ Top. This is Pops. I'm going to wear a mushroom shirt next Mush Fest. Amish croons. Very Amish looking Pops. Looking very Amish. Tip of the hat. Are we out of control here this morning? Why, thank you, man. Well, hello, baby. And then you give them the old. This is getting creepy. This is one of the creepiest shows we have ever had, okay? I only need glasses to read, by the way. When I'm not reading, I'm handsome as can possibly be. Here we go. While you, tip of the hat, okay? Freaking me out, Sarah! We haven't done one of those. I haven't done a rando in a while. So I'm trying to freak you out this way, okay? I'm not freaking you out with nature. I'm being naturally freaky. Do you see the difference? Usually I'm telling you stories from nature to freak you out. Today, I'm being naturally freaky. A little douchey. Tip of the hat. While you can find claims on the internet that hat tipping is a relic of knights raising their helmet visor as a sign of reverence, see, some people thought that was the first tip of the hat. You would raise your visor, and that's like the original tip of the hat. There could be a better one, though. There could be a better story. There's also rules. Give me five. You know what? I don't even have to do this segment right now unless 5 people here want to know what the rules are to tipping a hat. There are rules. Do you guys know who Emily Post was, right? Mrs. Polite Rider. This is, you use a fork with this hand and you put the knife over here and you raise a pinky here and this is how you say hello and this is where you know the rules of etiquette. Emily Post. Some of you guys are too young to even remember Emily Post. My mom memorized Emily Post and taught us all. Elbows off the table. No, the small fork goes on the outside. I'm like, Why do I even have two forks? The two fork situation? Thanks, Emily. Emily wrote rules. Yours too, Penny? Why? Emily wrote rules, and my mom followed them and auto-domesticated me with them. I'm going to tell you the rules of tipping your hat. Can you imagine, Neil? There's rules. Well, you can claim, okay, wait. Charles Pinati offers a more revealing explanation. According to his book, Extraordinary Origins of Everyday Things, the seeds of the concept of tipping your hat date back to ancient Assyria. Boom, we're going back to the Assyrians. Assyrians weren't wearing hats. What's going on? Wait, were they? What kind of hat did an Assyrian wear? Somebody look up Assyrian hat. Enemies captured in battle were required to take off all their clothes as a sign of deference to the victor. So you strip the guy naked. As far-fetched as it seems, similarly stripping practices were picked up through modified cultures. For example, the Greeks insisted starting their servants in the household undressed from the waist up. It was a mitre, Derek Anderson, one of those pointy hat things. The Romans also saw removing clothes as a sign of respect. They required the sandals to be removed before entering a holy shrine. As for head coverings, wait for it, the rules are coming. This is just the history of getting to the tip. As for the head coverings, Romans considered them a sign of social or political significance. I'm socially and politically significant more now than now. Okay? In some instances, a bare head would indicate inferiority. You lose your hat, you're losing everything. This potpourri of gestures was eventually tailored into the hat tip. It was particularly fashionable in Victorian England, where modesty was paramount, and no doubt undressing in any other way would have shown the opposite of respect. They weren't even letting ladies show their ankles, so they really weren't wanting men to show the top of their heads. They were keeping the tops of their heads covered, the men, and the ladies ankle down. How popular was this practice? So much so that in 1896, wait for this. Where was I in 1896? Well, I might have been this guy. An enterprising inventor patented a self-tipping hat. Tipping your hat was so popular and so prevalent, and you did it all the time, you got so tired of tipping your hat, you went and bought one that's self-tipped. What are you talking about? Where's the motor? I don't get it. Gasoline motor? On top of your head, with the hat on top of it. How does it work? Self-tipping hat. I'm exhausted. I've met so many people today. That's it. Give me one of them self-tippers. That's so crazy. The novel, that's freaking me out, Sarah. The novel device for automatically effecting polite salutations. That's what it was called. A novel device for automatically effecting polite salutations. It was powered by a clockwork hidden under the headgear. Wait, wait. It's, what the heck? There's a patent for it. You can go look at it. When a man bent forward, the hat would automatically lurch forward without the use of any hands. So he'd just sort of lean like this, and the hat would pop off at you. What the heck? I'd love to see one of those. How scary would that be, Kim, if you'd never seen one before? Say you come in from the Old West or something. You're walking down New York, Broadway Boulevard. The guy comes up to you and does like this, thinking, boing. Yes, where is it? Where is it? Wait. I gotta do it. Wait, timing. Oh my God. I'm sorry I'm making such a big deal out of this, you guys. I know I'm going too far. When a man bent forward, the hat would automatically lurch forward. I hate that word. I don't like the word lurch. I don't like it. Needless to say, the Robo Chapeau did not sell well enough to capture the popular imagination. Still, the hat tip remains an essential part of culture in most parts of the world, including the United States, well into the 20th century. Manners maven Emily Post dedicated a whole section of do's and don'ts on the topic in her 1922 etiquette book. A complete chapter. One whole chapter dedicated to how to tipping your hat. Lifting the hat, this is what she writes. Lifting the hat is a conventional gesture of politeness shown to strangers only. I don't lift my hat to anybody here. None of my friends get to see the top of my head. Only if you're a stranger and you're going to find out that there's a particular move that I need to use. Emily teaches us. Apparently, bowing was the appropriate custom when running into friends and acquaintances. Good morning, you guys. I'm not taking my hat off because you're my friends. As for the mechanics of the hat tip, Post was very exacting. In lifting his hat, a gentleman merely lifts it off his forehead and replaces it. He does not smile, nor bow, nor even look at the object of his courtesy. Now this is getting weird. So I'm saying good morning to Emily. Emily's right there, so I'm like this. No, went too long. I don't even know how to time it. I'm not looking at you, Emily. I'm looking beyond you over your right-hand shoulder. Hey, Emily, how you doing? I don't get it. She explains, in terms of fully taking the hat off, Post had other rules, including the requirement to hold it in one's left hand if stopping to talk to a lady on the street. If I take my hat off and I'm holding it in my right hand, I am completely lack of etiquette. And removing it entirely, you must remove it entirely in a hotel club or an elevator, but never in a business elevator. Maybe it was all the rules or just the increasing less formal nature of social interactions. or maybe just the fact that men stopped wearing hats. But by the 21st century, all of this nicety has faded considerably. If you're looking for the physical act of the hat tip, it can be best found in the sports world now. Baseball players have a long tradition of acknowledging the applause with a doff of the cap, and golfers have taken to removing their hat off completely when shaking hands with their playing partners at the end of the 18 holes of golf. A little bit about hat tipping. A little bit going on there. Should I leave my hat on? No, I don't really. I'm not the biggest hat guy, and the hair's okay, so we'll change it. Anyways, I got a little long-winded on that because I got carried away. Pops never gets carried away around here. But we learned some stuff, and I bored you guys, and I'm sorry, but we still learned some stuff, okay? Do a giveaway. I want to send somebody 3 syringes from R&R Shrooms. Give me a number between 1 and 50. Please only participate in this giveaway if you need liquid culture or you find somebody you know needs it. Give me some liquid culture. Liquid culture needer people. And I'm going to send you 3. Give me a number between 1 and 50. If you're not going to use the liquid culture, please don't participate in this giveaway. So give me 3 people. And I'm going to give everybody a chance to participate too. Give everybody a chance to put 3 numbers on the line, please, and we'll all be good. Saul Maldo. Saul Maldo. Saul will definitely use it. Saul's out there doing his thing. Saul hit a 15. Saulie, good job. Mr. Saul, 15 it was. Saul, you know how to get to me. The DetroitMushLab.net. Scroll to the bottom. Boop. Send me your address. I'm going to send you 3 syringes. And then I'm also going to pop a little piece of fruit in there for you. A little supplemental thing. Okay? Saul Maldo with the 3-pack coming up. Vegas, Herbie, Saul. Those are the 3 addresses I'm looking for right now after the show. And then Wes. We also had Wes Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Wes, I hope you don't mind if I say that, but that's all we used to say in the service. I never smoked in the service, but whenever somebody would take a break or the line would stop or something, smoke them if you got them. And everybody would break out their cigarettes. And I'm like, how can we be on a 10-mile hike and everybody wants to smoke a cigarette? I don't get it. So Saul, 3-packing it. Zombies. Thank you, Wes. Fungus are taking over flies' behavior. There's 60 to 80% of the flies in your home can be turned into zombies with a certain kind of fungus. An international group of researchers with participation from the University of Copenhagen hope to find out, with help of a new genetic map, unique fungus that transforms 60 to 80% of the flies in your home into zombies. In the future, the fungus can become both repellent, effective as an insect repellent, and potentially the basis for a new psychotropic drug. There's a company out there that's researching and developing this already existing fungus, that when this fungus and the fly meet, the fly will ingest the fungus. Well, we learn from the fungus that eats most of the flies in your home from the inside out. It turns them into zombies and then lures other flies to have mating with them while they're dead, and they catch the fungus. The one live fly goes over and starts humping the dead fly's corpse that's fungus infected, and it's going to turn into a zombie. Hank Define Licht has been researching this very special fungus for years. It's called a fly fungus. It takes over the behavior of the fly before it kills them. This is like that TV show, not that game show. What was it? The thing that lives among us. What was that thing they called it? What was that show? I used to be kind of mad at that show because it was like, stop talking about mushrooms eating everybody. But fungus are so amazing, we have no idea. Last of Us, that's it, nerdy. That's it. Used to be offended. Stop it. Don't talk about, I'm not watching it. First of all, it was a great movie or series. I loved it. Brock did too. He said it was very accurate to the game. And the truth is, we have no idea how much fungus is among us and what all it's capable of. Every time we turn around and we start we look at we do our 10% research for the week, we're finding out the most fascinating things. And the most fascinating thing about this particular fungus is they're going to turn it into a psychotropic drug. They're going to turn it into a psychotropic drug. Most recently, this gentleman and a group of American research colleagues succeeded in mapping the fungus genome, an achievement in itself, because the massive genome of this fly fungus is roughly 25 times greater than most other fungi. It's a very complicated fungus. 25 times greater genome map? 2 times means it's double. Not double that, 25 times greater. The goal is to find out how does this fungus manipulate the fly's behavior. The genome itself, this is his quote. Is anybody interested in this? I only have one more moment to go on this. Isn't this interesting? I'm like, the genome is a catalog of all the genes found in the fungus, which tells us something about the organism's capabilities. So they can go through the catalog on the genome and go, this part of the genome means it's capable of doing this. This catalog on the genome catalog, it means it's highlighting this capability. I can't even imagine the science of this, beyond my ability to even comprehend the science of this. But we're able to start seeing in our genome pattern our capabilities and where things are. Same thing with this. A catalog can better equip us to look at which genes are active in a fly's brain at the point when the fungus transforms it into a zombie-like state. Wait a minute. You're telling me you're able to analyze when a fly's brain begins to feel this effect and turn into a zombie? Well, gosh darn it. I don't know about you guys, but man, I should be standing. And I'm not even joking around. What? I like these guys. I like these guys. "24-hour time lapse of fly mold growing out of a fly corpse and ejecting its fungal spores." Once the fungus has infected a fly, it eats the fly from the inside over the course of a week or so while the fly is alive. When nearly all the fly's nutrients have been consumed, the fungus starts to manipulate the fly's brain and begins to take over the fly's behavior. It causes the fly to stick to a plant or to a window, somewhere up as high as possible. The fungus knows it's going to sporate out of that corpse. I'd like to be as high as possible when I'm sending my spores out. At this point, almost the entire body consists of fungal mass, and eventually all the fly's normal processes stop. Over the course of the next few hours, the fungus begins to shoot fungal spores out of the back of the fly's body. In this process, it also secretes fragrances that attract healthy flies. Hey, don't mind me sending out fungal spores over here. Don't I smell like a cherry blossom? Hey, come and smell the cherry blossom over here. Wow. Once close, the live fly tries to mate with the dead fly. You smell so good, honey. You smell like a cherry tree. I'm jumping on. Boom! You're it. You got about a week. Fly around for a little while, bro, but you're infected. The whole thing starts all over again. There's a little bit more to the article. I don't have time to read the rest. I'm amazed at nature, number one. Number two, that they're going to develop this. Now that there's so much fungal research going on, it's going to turn into some kind of insecticide anti-repellents, and they're going to find other ways to turn this into psychotropic drugs. That is the aim of this company. That's where the funding's coming from. That's the vision of this company. They're researching it not just because they want to find out what's happening with flies, but they're trying to get to the extract of this. And as far as I'm concerned, that's good science. That's good science. Now, don't make an anti-repellent or a repellent that is going to turn out to cost me $600 a can. Get it down to about $2.99 a can, and you and I are on the same page. If it costs you $2 to make, sell it to me for $2.75. I think that's fair. Let's get our final reading in for the week. We don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to spend 10 minutes on this. We were talking about, good morning, everybody. Who is here? Let me see. Derek? Should I have Derek do it? Derek Anderson. Derek Anderson, please give away to somebody here 3 plates from R&R Shrooms. He sent us some plates and he sent us some syringes. I'd like to get those mailed out. Derek Anderson, by the end of today's show, please give me someone's name, and whoever that name is, send me an address. You don't have to send it, but Derek should. Derek, I want you to pick, somehow or another, somebody that needs 3 plates. Shine, I'd like you to sort of take a back seat there, because you know you got LC coming and other things for your birthday and stuff like that. And we'll be getting you around to getting other stuff for free in the future. Okay? But Derek Anderson, 3 plates. And we'll figure out how to get that. Oh, thank you, Shine. And we'll figure out how to get, I'll get them to him, but Derek, you figure out who gets them. 3 plates coming from R&R Shrooms. And I say 3 because I could pack 3 in a box and send out very nicely. Herbie, have a nice day. Impeccability means no sin. Being impeccable with your word. Being impeccable with your word. Our power is our word. Please only ask Derek Anderson for the plates if you're actually going to use them, because there's a bunch of people here that would like them. So let's make sure that if you're getting with Derek Anderson and he's trying to figure out who to send them to, that you're going to use them. All right. That's impeccable. That would be impeccable. Being impeccable with your word is not using the word against yourself. Every word that we use is either against ourselves or for ourselves. Forget the target word, whoever we might have a target at. Forget the subject. Doesn't even matter. It's the words, the actual words we're using, and the intention of our heart. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. The more you are filled with, that's what's going to come out. It's not a rule I made up. It's not something we read in a book. That's natural. Look at those flies. There's fungus in them. It's going to come out. The stuff that's in us naturally is going to come out. It does everywhere in nature. Nature doesn't hold things in. Nature expresses itself outwardly. And then it cycles. And it starts all over again. But if you think about it, nature's never sending out something that wasn't there to begin with. It had to have had it inside it in order to send it out. It's the same thing with us. What are we filled with? What are we preparing our minds to be filled with daily? Who do we hang around with? What kind of stuff do we watch? What do we read? What do we do with our spare and free time? Are we constructing? Are we building? Are we creating? Or are we out there creating problems? Or are we, I have some free time. Let me get on the phone and call Aunt Matilda, and we can really talk about Bertha. Boy, we can run Bertha over between the two of us for the next hour and a half. Happens all the time. You don't even realize it. You're on the phone for an hour and a half, and poor Bertha. Bertha's off building something. She doesn't even know it. That's what we're doing. The sin of gossip. It's one of my biggest, not my personal, one of the ones I hate the most. gossip. People have zero idea how deadly gossip is because of the power of our words. And the word, you're not hurting the person you're gossiping about. You are not. 99, 95% of the time, that person doesn't even know you're gossiping about them. Happened to me not too long ago. Somebody manipulated some tape that I had made, edited versions out of it, highlighted it, made up a bunch of, over-talked it so you couldn't hear what I said, and then played it on their IG page. None of it was actually accurate to what I said. It was all out of context. It was all, and I had no idea this was even happening. This is on this guy's page, and he's got 5,000, 8,000, 100,000 followers. I don't know. So they're all watching this. And then you know how I found out? You know how Pops found out? I found out because somebody wrote to me and said, hey, Pops, did you see so-and-so's got a video of you on their page? And I said, they do? I don't even know that guy. Never met him in my life. I've never even had a conversation with him. Oh, we know who each other are. Because he thinks he's a big shot, and I think I'm a big shot, and we're Michael big shot. He did what? He posted what? So I go over and I look at it, and it was the biggest pile of gossip you have to manufacture. You have to sit down and spend time and cut it and edit and overtalk and then put in text. And it took effort. It took effort to put this thing out there. And I'm telling you, my very first reaction was, that son of a bitch! My very first reaction was anger. Oh my God, I'm gonna get this. And that lasted less than 10 seconds. Swear. I've grown so much. 2-3 years ago, I would have been on an IG war. Oh yeah, what about it? Because I got stuff about, I know personal stuff about this person that is terrifying to our community. I will never mention it to you guys. It's gossip. When I say I know it, I've heard it in my gossip stream. Let me repeat the gossip I heard about him. That'll justify me. I was this close, but I really wasn't. But 10 years ago, Gossip City, here we go. And I'm not telling you guys that all Pops is the greatest thing. I'm telling you, I learned how to handle this one. You know what I did on this one? I didn't even know the guy was a follower of mine. So I was able to go over and I clicked on a message. And I sent him a message. I did. I go, yo, bro. I go, what's that video you have of me? I go, I don't even know you. And I would appreciate, before you send anything out, that you talk to me. He wrote back, 3-page text, falling over himself in apologies, and that I didn't know, and you're the best, and you're the pure bullshit ass kiss. I didn't argue with them. I just said, look, I could see what you had up there. That's all it was. I probably didn't even need to say that. At the end of the day, now if I would happen again, I wouldn't even write that. I was like, fuck that. What do I give a damn? Some idiot in the middle of nowhere writing something about me that doesn't know anything about me, and I didn't even know or care until somebody sent me a text and put my brain on it. And now all of a sudden I gotta get involved. Ridiculous. And I mean it. My new growth, I'm not even going to send that text that says, I saw what you did. But I'm righteous and I'm not even mad. I'm not even taking, I didn't say this, but I'm basically telling him I'm not even taking it personal. I didn't even need to do that. Looking back now, 6 months later, I've grown enough to say that wasn't even an appropriate response, even though it was pretty good. It was a pretty good one. Most people would have done it. There's so much power in what we do and what we say. There could be 1,000 people out there now thinking, oh, God, that son of a bitch, did you see that? And this guy, comes with some, whatever his level of authority in this stupid community. I'll only say it's a stupid community because they're following somebody that's leading with a mask on. How could you tell somebody, do what we do, but wear a mask and be afraid and don't let anybody know who you are? Jesus. Don't even get me started on that group. If you don't have the power of your convictions, don't stand in front of a group and tell them what to do. Well, if the cost is going to be too big for you when the shit hits the fan, if the cost is going to be too big for you, don't do it. But you don't get to stand up there and be half the example. Half examples are about money. They're about Patreon. They're about selling. They're about taking. That's what half examples are. Well, I'm in it for long enough to look good, and I'm up. At the end of the day, there's people around. I got to tear that guy down so I can get more money. More followers, more people listening. How do you do that? Well, I step on that guy's head. And we do it in our community. I'm carried away now. I'm carried away because I'm telling you guys, don't fall for gossip. My whole point originally was they're out there gossiping about you every day, all day. The higher you shoot, the more you will be shot at. The higher you shoot, the more you'll be shot at. It's part of the cost. If you can't take being shot at, don't go. Because it isn't about shooting at you. It's about your doing what you're doing because it's your nature. Because if I didn't, I would be impeccable. If I didn't sit here and try to bring people to a better understanding of where I am, I would be sinning against myself. If I didn't try growing something I know really works and I can put it in people's hands, I would be sinning against myself. If I sat around and was bored and I wasn't creating something, little hobby thing with my hands, and I'm just sitting around with a bored brain, I'm sinning against myself. So I stay busy. So I stay honest. So I stay involved. So I keep reading, I keep learning, I keep teaching, I keep growing. Because I don't want to sin against myself. And then I find out I could handle myself even better in the future under gossip. Just through talking to you guys. That last one, I could handle it even better. Complete ignore is the best one. Ooh, get some growth into complete ignore. That's exactly where that one really smart guy, and he was pretty in tune, I gotta tell you. Whether he came out of a virgin or not, I don't know, but he was pretty in tune. The guy that said, turn the other cheek, this is what he's talking about. Ignoring the crap. There's no power in it. It doesn't mean hit me again on this side. It doesn't mean I'm so weak I won't fight back. What it means is, that meant nothing to me. My focus is somewhere completely different. My focus is from the inside. That's what it is. It has nothing to do with hitting and violence or anything. It has to do with staying focused, and you can't be slapped off course by crap that doesn't matter. And where does the crap come from? People's words. From their words. And we know that. We know, we see it. We've been hurt by the power of people's words. We've hurt people by the power of our words. So we already know what I'm saying is true. This isn't faith. This isn't, well, I wonder if he's, I read that and I believe it because I was told. You know it's true. You've been hurt by other people's words. You've hurt people. Do you want to today? Do you? Do you want to today? I'm asking seriously. Do you want? I don't think so. If you're still here right now, still listening, most of you are going, this is resonating. No, you don't want to. You're not going to either. You don't have to. All you have to do is pay attention to what words you're going to use today. Start there. Just the words. I'm not even talking about actions yet. Actions will follow your words. If you're impeccable, if you say you're going to do something, you'll do it. Because that's impeccable. If you said you were going to do something and you didn't, you just sinned against your nature. If you say you're going to do something, you'll do it. And you're going to build self-trust and self-confidence and self-love and go, when I tell myself I'm going to do something, it's funny how I'm always doing it now. Funny how, and if I'm not going to do it, I don't tell myself. I don't say it. I'm not going to commit a lie to myself yet. I'm not sure. And I don't even do I'm not sure, because that plants an opportunity to have doubt and not. So I just don't say anything at all. I'm not sure's aren't the greatest thing. They're better than yes and then don't do it. Do you understand what I'm saying? We're proving to ourselves who we are every day by the words we use, and then they follow it up with actions that match those words. Every day. Every day. And even if it's just one small step, you took a step towards, I'm a better person today than I was yesterday. I do this day after day after day. It does not take long. It does not take long to become a rocket ship. Because it feels good. Why does it feel good, Greenie? Greenie, why does it feel good? Because you're lined up with your nature. Because you're finally home. Because you're not fighting an internal thing that was taught and domesticated. You're home. It's because it's there, because it's part of you. And then when it feels good, you want more. Humans want more and feel good. So we spend a little more time on our goodness, our kindness rocket ship. I don't want a bunch of stuff that's going to take me back to the ground. I'm not going to spend a lot of time going back there. We'll talk more about this next week. It's a good place to end right now. Use our word for the rest of this weekend. We're going to be Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Brock will be here Monday. Boy, Brock, you guys are doing a phenomenal job helping him with his self-esteem. And I'll tell you where else. He says he's going to do something. He says he's do the show. Boom, he's there. He says, I got you for a backup. Boom, he's there. He's building his own. He's doing stuff around here that he hadn't done in years. He's building his own self-esteem, his own self-confidence as he watches us do it. I'm using him as a flat-out example. This has been a rough life. I'm not looking for sympathy for him. I'm not. I've never been allowed to sympathize with him. He won't let you. What I've learned is to love him just the way he is. As soon as I stopped those expectations on him to be something, this and that and the other, and run this and be that, and I used to fight all the time. So I said, you know what? He's just a goofball. Funniest, sensitive, smart, limited. I couldn't even admit he's limited. You treat people well. You have relationships that weren't doing great, you can rebuild them. You can rebuild them completely. The way you do it. How do you do it, Greenie? How do you heal things? With your word. By telling them you're sorry. Tell them you won't do that again, and then not. Worst thing you can do is say, I'm not going to do that again, and then you do. Because you sinned against yourself again. There's 100 times I want to go get a job. Swear to God. And then I tell myself, but aren't you supposed to love him whether he has a job or not? Yeah. How hard is it going to be for him to get a job, Pop? It's really hard. Well, then calm down. It's our words. It's the things that we say out loud come from in here. You love each other? Start expressing it correctly. Take care of your wife and your family. Take care of your husband. Hug the kid. Don't tell them what you expect them to be. Tell them you love what they are. That's a tough one because then you're working with your own nature and allowing them to. Don't tell them what you expect. Tell them what you appreciate. And then be the example, because really, they're watching everything we do and they're listening to every word we say. Every word we say. You're a son of a bitch. That's not them. They're talking to some other guy somewhere. There goes Dad. He's got that, shoestring temper. My dad never gets rattled. He's never had since he started doing his new exercises, I've never seen him get rattled or upset with anybody. He's never, negative word, he stopped cussing. Negative words stopped coming out of his mouth. Cussing was simple this. Cussings, we have a bad vocabulary. You got an emotional something and instead of using a vocabulary word, you're using a word that has really no power. And if it has any power at all, it's to hurt. I've never said F you to somebody and hoped they liked me. So what do you do? What do you say? And again, I want you to watch your family life. That's where, watch your family life. And it's fun to be a good example. It really is. And I'll tell you why. Greenie just told us. Because it's really your nature. It's really your nature to lead your family. It's really your nature to cuddle and love your children just the way they are. Somebody out in the world told you you're supposed to expect this, that, and the other out of your kids, so now you do. Your soul didn't tell you that. Your soul said, that's a cute little thing, man. Look at it. It was just born. Now I'm in charge of framing its brain. Wow. If we only knew the things we know now. So I'll reprogram now with my son. Because I know more things now. Does that make sense? I'm ready to go. I've been rambling. It's Friday. I don't have anything to do for another 7 minutes. Ruffy isn't asking me for a ride yet. You can reframe your relationships. You can renegotiate them. You don't sit down with a piece of paper and a pen. You renegotiate them by changing the vocabulary of your relationship. That's how you renegotiate. Have a great weekend, you guys. I am going to go this time. Mushroom Farmer, that's not stealthy spores. We don't work with stealthy spores. Would you just write to me, please? And we appreciate those business messages offline, okay? Mr. Phillips and Clean Grow. And Billy D, have a great weekend. Derek Anderson, I love you, Derek. Hey, Derek, who got the 3 plates? Let me know on that. Whoever got them or you. Billy D, Nerdy, Cleany, Mr. Phillips, Sue and Cleany, and Bill and Nipper. What happened with Derek Anderson? I'm seeing you all. Give him hugs, Derek. I love you. Pacers, Shiny. Mushmouth giving hugs. Pennypack, thank you. Billy D. Sue and Deborah Pearl. I love you, Deborah. And Shiny and Derek Anderson and Sue Littlemeyer. And Vegas and Michael Allen. And Michael Patterson, Sean T. Practice love and kindness. Practice, I agree. Good morning, Jolie. Shiny, Green Tables. Nipper, Wesley Smokey. Joe Dees. Mike Baraball, Pennypack, have a beautiful weekend. Pacers, Mushy, thank you for being here. Cleany, Deborah, you are my pearl. Nerd, smiling away. Jesus Christ, in Australia, catch you, mate. Jesus, Mr. Phillips, Trent, thank you. Laura, have a divine weekend. Good luck with everything. Mike Baraball, Satter, Catzilla, Green Tables, Paige. Badgie, have a wonderful weekend, my good friend. Sek Rossi, have a good weekend. Shanti, Bud, Mike and Summerweed, have a great weekend. Kimberly, loving her. Satter Wolf and Cleany and Streety. And Mushroom Farmers, and Cleany and Derek, and Sue, and Joe D's, and the Waz, and Mellow and Shine, and Wazzy, and Jesus Christ. Free, the Ancient One, Trips McGee, Mike Baraball, and Jimmy Max, Joe D's, Mushroom, and shining on. Pops, peace. See you guys here next Tuesday. You know how to reach me via the internet, and I hope you guys have a beautiful weekend. Practice impeccability with this guy right here. Okay? That guy right there.